Hey guys. So I wanted to get on here. I feel inspired and motivated to get on here and talk a little bit. I'm trying to get used to being in front of a camera. So there's some things that I have shared over the years that I've really seen over time how it's impacted and helped people. And I'm not talking about like in a cocky, arrogant way, but some of the very basic things that I wish somebody would have told me at the beginning is truly what I share with people at the beginning of this process. And, you know, the thing is we started at a place where we have this conceptualization that if I attempt to do this, what if I fail? What if I can't do it? Right? This is all in the head, right? What if I can't do it? I've messed up this, I've messed up that. But the thing is everything that you have been learning before, like getting to a space where so many consequences have gotten you here, at a place where you're even considering potentially changing the things you're doing, right? So here we are at the basis, at the foundational level. You've been building the tools as you go through trauma, through hurt, through pain, through happiness and sadness, and maybe learning about recovery along the way, maybe attending some recovery community meetings, or, you know, just really understanding the basis of what it looks like if you truly do want to make this change, right? So here we are. You're at a space where I am at a crossroads. I'm at a crossroads and I'm debating, and what is going to give me that little bit of oomph to move forward? One of the things that helped me in the very beginning was the fact I love a damn challenge. More than anything, I've gone against the grain in so many different ways. I was the black sheep of my damn family. I caused trouble, I caused problems everywhere I went. I was the child you didn't want around your children sometimes, right? So in that understanding and in knowing that I've gone through all these things and I've caused so much trouble, but I've learned and I've overcome and I've done this and I've done that and I've been through this and I've been through that, and I'm still standing. And I have all that stuff that I have been through and I have overcome. And here I am in a position to start applying it. To start applying all that stuff I've learned through. All that pain, all that heartache that made me a tad bit stronger every single time. Those things that seem to be a deficit go on to be an asset. That very same skill set that you use to get that next drink and next drug and practice this ritual and that ritual, those are the very things that are going to help you moving forward. Your natural capabilities, your talents, your interests, all those things are going to help you. So you have within you what it takes to make those first steps. And then once you take those first steps, then you reach out your hand and you ask somebody for help. And from that point, what's so friggin' cool is people are there to genuinely help. There is no motive. There is no other motivation other than other people help them. You know? These are the things that at the basis, like, let's dumb it down. Let's get it at the very basic. Love a challenge. Statistically speaking, I shouldn't survive. But you know what? I'm all about beating some odds. I'm all about being here to accept a challenge, and it became a challenge every day to work at this every single day. So here I am, meeting the challenge, using the very skills and tool sets I learned when I was drinking and drugging to help me in this process. Those very same skill sets that I used during that time are the very things I put forward every single day, no matter what. All the pain, all the heartache, all the experiences, everything I've gone through, I just continue to move it forward. And what's happened is results. Over time, over space, over a 24-hour time period, time and time again, so many results, so much beauty, so much healing. And so I wanted to get on here and just say, dumb it down to the basic foundation. I have learned how to take my steps forward. The things I have learned in the past, everything I have gone through, all that trauma, all that pain, all that experience is the very thing that's going to help me move forward. And I am ready to beat some damn odds. I am ready to beat some damn statistics. And guess what happens? You start doing it. You start putting everything you got into this. You start putting everything, even, you know what? I'm going to even speak to harm reduction. I'm going to even speak to just changing something small by using your past to help you move forward. And by asking for resources and knowing they are available. And just in taking that step forward and reaching out and going to a syringe exchange or doing a Drink Wise program, or, you know, asking a neighbor that you know is trying to cut back, or somebody that's in yoga class that's taking a stab at recovery, and maybe they have something they can offer you to help your situation. Reach out your hand and start letting people know what's going on, and see how the people around you can help you. When I went back to college and I realized this was an asset in my life, I started sharing it with my peers. I started doing advocacy without even knowing that's what it was called. And what I noticed when I did that was everybody wanted to talk about this. And I realized it affects somebody on some level. And it brought visibility in my life. Well, you know, I'm born and raised in Charlotte, and I really didn't have a whole lot of anonymity because I lived in the same place my whole life. But to be able to share it with my peers, to be able to say, hey man, like, this behavior didn't work for me anymore, so I'm trying this. Like, I struggled with substance use, which looks like I drank too much, and it caused things in my life not to go well. And everybody's had a behavior they had to change. So at the basis of what it is, it's a behavior change. So when I would share it with people, that's how I would describe it, so anybody could understand it. And I realized that was being received, and people were receptive to that. And over the years, I've tried to be in a space where I can share that in a way that it's understood at the foundation and at the basis, and back to the very idea that I wish at the very beginning somebody would have broken it down for me to the basis of just being a behavior change that I was capable of walking forward in, that I was capable of using every bit of what I learned in my life to apply it to my next steps. That we're no longer talking about the failures in my life and I couldn't do this and I couldn't do that. And for those that were succeeding, hell yes, that's not my story, but some people that's the case, that it didn't affect you in that way, but it affected your heart. It affected something inside of you that is getting you to look at it. And that's the common theme with us is I want something to change because it's not filling that space anymore. I need something different. And reaching out and asking for help, tapping somebody on the shoulder and saying, hey, I just want it to loosen its grip on me just a little bit, just a little bit. And then realize that there's so many resources and so many people there to help. People you don't even know. But if you reach out your hand and ask one person, it's just so wild how that one person could end up changing your life. I've had one person step in and change my life in so many different phases of my journey at different points. And those are the very things that continue to keep me motivated and inspired. I continued to be motivated and inspired by using. I found new people to do it with. I found new ways to do it. So I started thinking, okay, let's take those things. Let's take those very same skill sets that I used day in and day out, all the time, to help me to continue that same process day in and day out. Those are the very same things that I can apply to recovery because I have the basic skill set. I have the staying power. I have the resiliency. So let me take those very same things and get some results that are going to give me something I actually want. Let me make myself a priority in my life and see what happens. Let me stop giving my life to drugs and alcohol, if only to cut back or maybe to stop, but just to shift something. All it takes is one step forward. All it takes is knowing that every single deficit can become an asset. You just got to see it that way. You just have to shift your perspective and see that those very same things are what are going to help you moving forward. We're going to bring you to a space where you're going to smile and appreciate the fact that everything you've been through has been a blessing in disguise. Not only has it been a blessing in disguise, but it's the very things that brought you to another level of growth and understanding and honesty, open-mindedness, and willingness to ask for help and then to also help others. After you receive the help, you then get to help others with that help. And guess what happens then? You find purpose. You find purpose in it. That's the other thing. This whole entire process is about finding purpose. So you get to take those very same things that you have gained, all that wisdom, all that knowledge, through all your past that's brought you to the present moment, and you get to apply it moving forward. And when you apply it moving forward, you find purpose. And when you find purpose and a vested interest in the next steps, then by God, why would you want to go back to that when you've gotten to a space where you're liking the results you're getting? When you're seeing something bigger than you working in your life, whether it's your higher self, whether it's the beauty and power within. And I'm not talking about arrogance or cockiness, but you reclaiming an inner power that you have, that empowers you and motivates you and inspires you to share with the world. And then there you are, standing in a space with everything you could have ever wished for happening around you, happening within you, things you never imagined to be possible. And you just say thank you. Thank you.